Well, hello, Neximps. Welcome to your worst nightmare. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. Good morning, Spinks. Good morning. Hi, Monochrome / Antichrome. Hi. Hi, everybody. How's it going? This is a completely normal, regular stream for me to do. I'm very normal about medieval torture devices. I was actually scared to do this stream for like a really long time because I was like, oh, like, everyone's gonna be freaked out that I'm like really into this, but I just love looking at medieval torture devices on my free time. I think it's kind of cool. We're gonna watch some videos today and just kind of like go over different things that they did back in the day to torture people. I didn't even know how to like broach this topic. And I'm definitely getting demonetized, but I don't want anyone to think I'm gonna be showing like gore and like blood and stuff like that, because I'm not going to be. I just want to talk about like the different devices that they used back in the day. And that's really it. Like, I think it's a really cool, interesting topic. Who knows why they used to do this? I mean, I think probably for like, before, I don't know, if you like committed a crime, you got tortured, or maybe they were trying to make you talk, so you got tortured. You know, regular medieval people things. There's a lot of different things. I just pulled up this gallery of photos just because I think there's a lot of different things going on here. Yeah, you know. I also think that like these old photos are like so freaking goofy looking. Like they actually tried to like draw people actively getting tortured, which is, you know, interesting in and of itself, but they just made it look so goofy. Like, you can't see it. I clicked on it, but you can't see it. Like, imagine being a medieval jester and they pull out the Iron Maiden and they like, you weren't funny enough. Now you have to go into the Iron Maiden and then you just get stabbed over and over and over and over and over again. I also think like a lot of these devices like are in, you know, popular media. Like I think the Iron Maiden and like different devices was like in Sleepy Hollow, which is like a movie I always watch every year around Halloween time, because it's Sleepy Hollow, you know, by Tim Burton. And you know, when he was a kid, his mom got put in the Iron Maiden for being a witch, and that's not like a real story, but I just think, you know, interesting, you know what I mean? And so yeah, we're just gonna go. Okay, so I got this up. It's the history website, and basically there's like this silly video about weapons, but I don't care about weapons. I just want to go over like the basic ones, you know what I mean? I survived this stuff. I'm built different. What do you mean you survive it? Like you've been tortured before, but you survived? Also, hi Quinn. Okay, so the brazen bull, an ancient mythical torture device that it's like basically a life-sized bronze bull, and it's empty on the inside, and it had a door, and they would put the victim inside of it, and it's metal, right? It's metal, okay? They would put the victim inside of it, and then they would light a fire underneath the belly of the bull. They would light it on fire, so then they were basically like smoked, roasted to death. Hi Felix, welcome in. So yeah, and they were roasted. They were roasted alive, and yeah, so when they screamed, it would sound like bull noises if you were on the outside of the bull. I just think that's weird. Like, I don't know if this particular sounds like a great way to prepare beef. I know they like repurposed that. Now we have meat smokers. Now we have meat smokers. Originally used for humans. Why did they do that? Do you ever think about like why they did that? Like, I'm sure it probably was like kind of warm and like cozy in there for probably like 10 minutes. And then the guy was like, oh no, like I'm roasting in here. I don't understand, like the purpose of this one was like just like a way to make the person die, because you can't make someone speak, like you can't make someone tell the truth if they're like inside the brazen bull, you know what I mean? Probably just some guy being bored or mean. I think they had like purposes. I mean, maybe they didn't. Maybe they were just like, I feel like torturing a guy today. Let's put him in the brazen bull. Like, oh, I have, let's see, will this, when I find a picture of the, oh, this is a video. I'm not ready to show this video yet. Not yet. Is the bull on here? Oh, that's the rack. Right. This one has a lot of good ones with pictures. I'm trying to find the bull. Is the bull on here? I don't see it. Some of these are horrifying. Yeah, they are. Okay, hold on. Man. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, this is what it looked like. This is what it looked like. Here, let me zoom in for you. Get out of here. Okay. Thank you for redeeming Goth. Okay, so this is what the bull looked like. And it had this door, and they put you in there, and they stuffed you in there, and then they lit the fire underneath, and it's made of metal, and then you died, you died. Basically, you died. Interesting, right? I think it's crazy. Okay, hold on. Let's actually start with this article. This one's probably, because like the History Channel one is good for different things, but it doesn't have pictures. We get switched back and forth though. Okay. Okay, so this is from my thumbnail. This is called the rack. Okay, the rack is actually what started my like extreme like hyperfixation about medieval torture devices. Basically, they like tie your hands and your feet to each end, and then they just like pull you apart. I bet that shit feels so good at first. I bet it's like, ooh, a good stretch, like good stretch, and then your arms are ripped off. You know what I mean? Like, I quote retweeted it on Twitter, but like, when I found this device, I was like, I want to be put on the rack. Like, I want to be stretched just for like, you know, a few minutes, not forever. But yeah, they just like ripped your arms and legs off. I bet it was a good time. Worm hoping to become tall. I am already tall. Hi, Andrew. Welcome in. I am already tall. I'm 5'7". I mean, that's not like, it's above average. It's not like I'm not a giant or anything, but I am taller, on the tall side. Definitely the most infamous of them all is the rack, for sure. Everybody wants to be stretched by the rack, and I agree with everyone that wants to be stretched by the rack. You're so valid for that. Like, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, so then your legs were pulled off. But this, oh, okay, so this one was used with an interrogation process. So this one, they were trying to get you to spill secrets. I guess that's why this guy's got a little book. He's like, tell us your secrets. You know, probably for like, probably because he was a deviant of some sort. Relatable. The Judas Cradle. Oh my gosh. Okay, so without like really, this one is really horrifying. So like, okay. So basically they lower, okay, so you started above it and they lowered you on top of it. Okay. Pelvis first. They like your pelvis was here. And the weight of your body would, I mean, it would basically like cut you in half. Like this, basically it describes as like the pyramid goes through your pelvis area. Okay. This is also used to make people confess to things, okay? This one looks a little bit different from other ones that I've seen before. Other ones I've seen before are not just like one spike. It's actually like a very like, I'm trying to think how to describe it. I wish I had, wait, does this have a picture? No. I'm trying to find one that looks... Basically, it's one long piece of wood like this. I'm kind of in the way, I'm sorry. My big old body is in the way of all these pictures. Basically, it's like one long piece of wood. Felix, thank you for $5. Thank you for the, thank you for the donation. Thank you. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. What? I get, yeah, this, yeah, so, but basically the ones that I've seen were like along a piece of wood and it was shaped kind of like a triangle and, yeah, so it was like, they just like laid you on top of it and then it would cut you in half. Yeah, that one's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. This one, oh god. This one, oh god. I'm trying to like think, okay. So see these little bits here at the bottom? So this little bit was like inserted inside of you. All right. The pair of anguish. So like this bit was inserted inside of many different orifices, like your mouth sometimes, but also other places. It gets put inside places. And then they like stretched it open and basically ripped you from the inside out. Like what, who the fuck came up with this? Like, yeah, so it's like yeah, it's not fatal, but like they were trying to get you to say something. Like they were trying to get you to confess for sure. It's like a very early really early form of like a butt plug essentially, but like a butt plug that kills you. So yeah, absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I can't even imagine it being in my mouth, let alone anywhere else. Like that's fucking horrifying. Like why would they do that? Especially if they were trying to get a confession out of you. I guess they wouldn't put it in your mouth, but still, like, god, this, I can't imagine like this, if it doesn't kill you, like the scarring on your mouth would be terrifying. It would be horrible. It would be so painful. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know this, but some historians question whether it was medieval at all. It is Saw level stuff. I don't watch Saw. I think that's like a little too gory for me. I'm mainly interested in like who came up with like the act of these devices, not necessarily like the actual pain and suffering and like goriness of it all. I'm just mainly interested in like who came up with this, and then who built it, and then how did you like test to make sure it worked, you know, like that kind of stuff is like what I'm mainly interested in. Like who thought that they were like, oh yeah, let's use the pair of anguish today, like it's a new device that I came up with just for you. We'll get you to talk no matter what. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay, so we already talked about the bull. Rat torture. Oh my god, one of my favorites. I love when they set evil, conniving, huge, ginormous rats on you, and then the rats like kill you. Like, how interesting. I mean, rats back then. So yeah, they basically like captured rats and starved them to like near death. And then they put a bunch of rats on you, and the rats would like eat through your body while you're alive. Are you gonna punish us with that if we don't donate? No, I would never torture you guys. I would literally never torture you guys unless you did something bad, not because you don't donate. You don't have to donate, but if you're mean to me, I will torture you. Oh wow, I've always wanted to be eaten by rats. Really? I mean, this is just crazy to me. Like, that's gotta be... And you're alive the whole time, by the way. Don't ever forget that you're still alive while these things are being done to you. Like, how fucking painful. I would rather just die. Like, this guy's face, he's dying. He's getting eaten alive by huge rats, by the way. Fast and Furious 2, and the guy puts a rat on the belly of a cop and puts metal on top to trap it, and he starts heating it. And he forced the rat to try to escape by chewing. This was in Fast and Furious? No way. Wait, really? They did that in Fast and Furious? Are there evil guys in Fast and Furious? I've literally never watched a Fast and Furious movie in my entire life. I was thinking like the most recent Interview with a Vampire TV show, they actually had like a bin of rats in the basement, and when like a vampire of the coven like didn't listen or whatever, then they would put you in the rat bin, and you would just, and because like vampires like heal quickly and also don't die, you're basically subjected to getting eaten over and over and over and over and over. Felix, thank you for the tip. Better be sure that you don't get tortured to death. That's crazy that they did that in the Fast and Furious movies. Did they show that the rat was eating? I didn't realize that the Fast and Furious movies were like gory. Did they show that the rat was like eating through the guy? Anticrab, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you for the bits. You guys are safe. You guys are safe. Don't worry. I won't torture you. I promise. But yeah. Please do. You want to be tortured? Well, don't forget to check in on Twitch. Don't forget to check into the cage. You get ice soup for dinner. Ice soup, very yummy. Oh, the guy caved, and then he had some scars on his belly. Oh, okay. I see. That's interesting that they did that. But yeah, like the Interview with the Vampire, it's a show that I watch. It's a very good show. You guys should watch it too. But yeah, they like, since vampires don't die, are basically being subjected to rat torture over and over and over again. And then like when they eat you, you would heal, but then you just get eaten again. Like that's fucking so, that's even more painful and agonizing than thinking about just being like a mortal human. And if you're like a mortal human, then eventually you would die, then you would, you know, be fine. But like if you're a vampire, what if you were in the rat cage for like 50 years? Like 50 years of continuous like rat torture? That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Like, what's the most disgusting torture? We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I mean, I guess that's subjective. The tongue terror. Ew. Can't vampires turn into bats? Not every iteration of vampires turns into bats. Some do, some don't. This particular one, they did not turn into bats. Okay. The purpose of this tool, which resembles a pair of gardening shears, was heated over a fire first. Inserted into your mouth, and then like basically your tongue was cut out. The Greek story of the eagle eating the organs of an immortal as punishment for gifting humanity fire when Zeus took it away. I didn't know that. That's cool. So, that's interesting. Zeus took away fire from humans? Wow, Zeus is a fucking asshole. Sorry, Zeus. What was inserted into the mouth? A pair of heated gardening shears. So like, think of like basically giant scissors, kind of. Giant scissors. First they were like hot. Okay, they were hot. Like literally burn your skin, cook your skin. And then it was inserted into your mouth. And your tongue was cut out. Hi, Brexy, welcome in. Zeus was mean. He was an asshole for real. Watch him smite me for saying that. But yeah, okay, so like this is like a double whammy. Like, so I'm sure when this gets put into your mouth, like your lips and probably the sides of your cheeks are also getting burnt, right? Because the what are they called? The tongue tear? The tongue tear is like hot. It's hot, so it's like the inside of your mouth is getting burnt, but also your tongue is now gone. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? So basically, this was because blasphemy or spreading heretical ideas. So like if you disagreed with the church, probably, because like everything back then was like if you didn't agree with the church, then basically you died. So like the illustration shows Brett chained to a rock where his tongue is removed with hot tongs, and then he was burned at the stake. Like, bro could not catch a break. I could no longer taste food. That's the worst. I'm not even lying. Like, if this happened to me, I would ask someone to put me out of my misery. Like, I would not want to go through life with like no tongue. I'm sure they had a lot of other shit to go through back then, but like no tongue? Come on. He was tortured before being burned. What was the point of the torture? I don't know, whatever, I guess. I don't know, he did something. I don't know, they just were like, whatever inflicts the most pain before you die is what we're gonna do to you. Prometheus? Prometheus got his organs eaten by an eagle? That's crazy. Yeah, I guess they do kind of leave you wanted to be put out of your misery. Like, but if you didn't have a tongue, you didn't even have a tongue. You couldn't even say like, kill me. You can't even speak anymore, right? You can't even say like, oh, kill me. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? That's awful. I guess you could write it down, but if you were illiterate, oh man, double whammy. Wouldn't you die with no tongue? Yeah, I mean, I would much rather prefer that. Okay, the wheel. This is another one that I want to be on. Like, I want to try this. So, does this one have a better... Ooh, okay, hold on. I'm trying to find a better picture of the wheel. Oh, I know this one has like a better picture of the wheel. Okay, there it is. Oh, it won't zoom in. Okay, you can kind of see it here. Okay. So, the wheel, okay. So they would attach, this is like the rack and also like the brazen bull, like combined, okay? So they would attach you to this wheel. They'd put your arms up here and like your feet down here, and they would light a fire beneath you, and then they would like turn the wheel so that you would get burnt as you pass down below, and then you come up and then you get burnt again, and then you come up and you get burnt again. I feel like I feel like it wouldn't be that bad. I feel like it's probably not that bad. Oh, it's also called the breaking wheel or the Catherine wheel. So this was an actual execution device, not really to necessarily get you to talk. Oh, wait. Sometimes they would drop the wheel and then it would just crush you. That's like an interesting way. Or they would be tied to the spokes and beaten. Okay, that's like another way. So like this was a very versatile tool, as it says here. Very versatile. They had many things to do with you. Isn't there a FNAF book called The Breaking Wheel? Is there really? I'm gonna look that up. Freddy Fazbear. No way. Yeah, so the wheel could be turned over a fire or pushed down a rocky hillside. So like they would attach you to it and they would just push you down the hill, so you would just get freaking crushed and impaled on your way down. What? Like I feel like the version where you're getting spun around. Okay, so like imagine like you're just attached to it and there's no fire and you're just getting like rotated. I feel like it wouldn't be that bad. I feel like I could probably take that, you know what I mean? Like a little bit stretched out a little bit. Maybe be like kind of fun because you're going in a circle. I feel like it's probably fine. It's probably okay. But then once the fire is lit, yeah, get roasted, loser. Or rotated, yeah, get rotated. I don't know. This is one of my favorites. I really like this one. I really like the rack. I think they're so interesting. There's just like so many different ways you could like use this, you know what I mean? Interesting that it's called the Catherine wheel. I bet that nasty bitch totally was like, put them on the Catherine wheel. And then she was like, I want to watch that guy get tortured. That's what I would do if I was a queen. If I was Queen Catherine. She was a queen, right? It'd be like, put him on the Catherine wheel. Kill him. Rotate him. Mods, rotate that guy. Me as Queen Catherine, like rotate the hell out of that guy. And then they'd be like, oh, we just used the wheel like 4 times this week, Queen Catherine. Like, don't you want to use any of our other many awesome torture devices? I'd be like, nah, let's use the freaking wheel again. That's my favorite. Oh, it's the second story in Fazbear Frights, The Cliffs. So they used the breaking wheel canonically inside of Five Nights at Freddy's. That's cool. Mods, rotate him. This thumb screw. This one is so nasty. This one, oh, okay. I hate fingernail stuff. Ugh, this one. Ugh. Okay. So basically they put your thumbs in these holes and then they like twisted this little knob and then your fingers would get crushed. Yeah. Sometimes there'd be spikes on here. So it would like literally go through your skin. It would literally go through your skin. What the hell? Awful, terrible. What the frick? Like, ugh. If I had like a choice about which device I'd want to be used on me, it would not be this one. They had this in Saw? That's crazy. I cannot watch Saw. I can't do it. It's too bloody. It's too much. I'm not into gore porn. Definitely not. I just think devices are interesting, but like I wouldn't want to like ugh, gross. The Iron Maiden, another one of my favorites. Basically like this giant hulking piece of metal with a bunch of spikes inside of it, and then you got put in there naked, and then you got impaled multiple times. This is what I was saying earlier. This is in the Sleepy Hollow movie. Yeah, it's super famous. This one's super famous. It is, yeah, the most recognizable. It's like an upright iron coffin. And you didn't die immediately. You just like bled to death, basically. Oh, wait, yeah, so the spikes were of specific lengths to pierce vital organs while prolonging the suffering. So it takes hours for the victim to bleed out. Yeah, everything gets impaled. Literally everything gets impaled. It's just like your arms, your legs, your torso, like your head, your face. Everything is getting pierced all at once. That's awful. That's literally awful. I can't imagine being put in there. Like, first of all, that's claustrophobic. Like, that's claustrophobic. Like, I would be like, it's too small in here. And then I'm also getting impaled. Like, yeah, the one that stretches you is the rack. I love the rack. Big rack fan. The Heretic's Fork? I have not seen this one before. The Spanish Inquisition. The Heretic's Fork looked like a double-ended fork, each with 2 prongs held by a leather strap that went around the victim's neck. One end went under the chin and the other against the breastbone. The wearer could neither speak nor sleep, as any movement would drive the fork into their flesh. Oh my god. What? So yeah, there's like this fork bit like right underneath your chin. This goes in your chin. Wait, intend to punish and extract confessions. How do you extract confessions from someone that can't fucking speak? We love a good rack. This one's terrifying. You can't speak. That's what I'm saying. Like, how did they get you to extract confessions? Did they just have your hand like on a table and then you just went? like until I want to speak now, like remove the fork from my chin, like. Okay, we went through all the ones on this one. So this is the Museum of Medieval Torture Instruments. I would love to go here one day. I think this place is cool. This is water tortured. It was considered light torture. Okay, so after tying the hands and feet of the victim to the edge of this table, the torturer proceeded with this work in one of several ways. One of these methods involved forcing the victim to swallow large amounts of water with the help of a funnel, then striking his swollen and arched abdomen repeatedly with heavy blows. What the fuck? They just funneled light into you and then they slapped your extended stomach while you had all this water inside of you. I could take that. I could fucking take that. I could do that. I could do that. You just gotta let, I mean, I would have to pee really bad probably, but I would just, I just swallow it. Just swallow the water. You know? You know that one video of that guy that's like, I'm gonna drink the ocean, and then he just like puts a straw in the water? That's me. Hi, Crooked Gamer, welcome in. What else do you do this? Another form of water torture involved inserting a cloth tube into the mouth of the victim, forcing it as deep as possible. The tube was then filled slowly with water, swelling and choking the victim. Oh God. If that wasn't enough, the tube would then be pulled violently from the victim's throat, causing internal abrasions, only to be inserted again and the process repeated. If I was drowning, I'd just swallow the water. Yeah, like you just drink the water. Like, I would survive drowning. You just drink it, you know? Hi, Bud, welcome in. I'm plotting everyone's demise. I love instruments of torture. No, but the one where they fill you up with water and then they slap your stomach repeatedly is like so funny to me. The final version uses a stream of water. In this case, the individual being tortured would be placed naked on a table and for hours and hours would be sprayed with a fine jet of ice cold water. Oh, okay. It's just like waterboarding a little bit. And it's interesting to note that this form of torture in all of its variations was considered light. And an eventual confession obtained through the technique was considered by the courts to be spontaneous and obtained without the application of torture. So like, they didn't really consider this torture back then. They were just like, oh, this is how we make this guy talk. And then when they went to the courts with it, they were like, we didn't do anything to make this guy talk. The water torture specifically. That's crazy. That's crazy. This instrument was made of a pillory chair, sarcastically called throne. The victim was put upside down with feet blocked with wooden blocks. Wait, blocked with wooden blocks? That doesn't make sense. Wait. So you were just put upside down with your feet through the holes and that's it? It was famous among judges who wanted to stick to the law. I guess because it wasn't that bad? With feet stuck in wooden logs? Huh. This one doesn't seem that bad. I'm having trouble imagining it. Oh, you can kind of see it. Right here. So I guess your feet were like put up here. And then your butt kind of sat here. And then the rest of your body like hung off the side like this. Like this is your head down here. So like feet here, and then you're like, you kind of were sat up against it, like your butt kind of hits this corner, and then you were just upside down. I mean, I guess if you were there for like a really, really long time, all the blood would flow to your head and it would be like kind of painful and you'd be dizzy, but I feel like it's not that bad compared to some of this other shit. Is this the Iron Maiden or like something similar? Okay, yeah, this is another version of the Iron Maiden. This one's called the Virgin of Nuremberg. Also, look at all this cool stuff that this Museum of Medieval Torture Instruments has. I want to go here. I want to see all of these things. Your virtual tour? Whoa! Oh my god, we're gonna tour it together, you guys! Antichrome, please, like, refrain from making sexual comments. This is not meant to be a sexual, like, stream at all. Okay. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, how do I... Whoa. Sorry, I'm trying to learn how to use this. So, this looks like a rack. Yeah, this is a rack for sure. This is so cool. This is so cool. Okay, so like, whoa, this rack has fucking spikes on it. I wish I could go here. I wanna read these things. I could spend literally hours in here. The fact that this place looks like so sterile too, there's like, it's just like red and white and that's it. I don't know. I guess this is where your hands go, like right here. And like your back, like your lower back is probably right here. And then your feet are probably down here. Yeah, that's how this picture looks. And then you're just freaking stretched apart. This one? Oh my god. Okay. This one isn't on any of my lists, but basically they just like sawed you in half. Casually. Like you were flipped upside down, and then they just like sawed you in half. What the hell? That's crazy. I don't know what this one is. I can't even begin to guess what the hell this is, but this is like, looks like a boot, kind of. I want to go in there. Oh. Hello. Oh. Okay, another table of some sorts. This is like some kind of ladder? I'm not sure what's going on here. This looks cool though. Oh wait, you could kind of see. I don't know if the neck goes in there. This one's strange because this looks like it's like two people. There's like two people next to each other. I wish this had like names next to it so I could. This is so cool. I didn't realize that there was like a virtual tour when I like went on this website. I don't know what this is. Rotate the view. If only we could read. I know, if only I could read, like, the signs. What? What happened? Whoa. That's some crazy artwork they got going on. Whoa, what's this? Oh, this is the executioner outfit. They got a mummified guy in here. Oh, everything's in German anyway. This is so cool. Look, his freaking axe. Look at this. That's so cool. So this is the water torture device that we were talking about. This is where they like slapped your belly a little bit. This thing? This one? I know what this one is. This is like a breast ripper. They basically like clamped your breasts and then they ripped them off your body. Specifically for women. This is fucking terrifying. These, what the hell? What? Oh my god, we're getting into chastity belt stuff. Okay, I'm skipping that. Okay, hold on. Okay, cool. We got an executioner's block with some axes. What's over here? I don't... Is this where they basically like burnt people? Or maybe they just attached you to this and they just like hit you, like whipped you and stuff? Interesting. Okay, we got some things that people would be hit with. You know, like a flogger kind of. And I don't know, what's this called? Like it's not a mace. Sorry, I bumped the mic. What is it called with the end is like spiky? Is that a mace, right? Are these more executioner garbs? If I saw this freaking goat head coming towards me, like, what the fuck? That's terrifying. Or maybe this is what they dress. I don't know. I can't read anything, so I'm not 100% sure. Maybe this is what they put on you when you're about to die, like you're the devil, kind of. A flail. Yeah, a flail. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, okay. This looks like... Oh my god. Ah, why did it do that? I'm trying to see this picture. Oh my god. So like, okay, facing towards this long stick, your neck got put in this. Flail has a chain with a ball on the end. Morningstar is a mace with spikes on it. Oh, okay, good to know. Okay, so like this was just like a way that they chained you up, like your neck got put in this and your feet in that and your arms like that, kind of like in a cross position. This looks like it got put on your neck probably. I can't read anything, so just you take everything with like with a grain of salt because I don't know. This looks heavy, but it looks like attached probably to your neck or your head or something like that. Let's go in here. We got some wheels. Oh my god. What the? Man, I want to go here. I need to see this stuff in person. Okay, just like various chains and stuff. Whoa. So this is like a big thumb screw. That's what this looks like. Because like these little things right here look like that you put your hands in there and then they screwed your hands over the top of the spikes. That's kind of what it looks like, a giant thumb screw. But I don't know what it's called. It's cool though. Whoa. This? I can't really tell. It kind of looks like another rack type thing. Okay. Trying to go out this way. No. Whoa, wait, I didn't see this before. Oh, this is a real Iron Maiden. Look at that. That's so cool. I love how they make the face like so like calm looking. Like no like screams of terror or anything, just like eyes shut, mouth closed, like you know if you going in here you're dead. This one's interesting because it doesn't really have spikes like all the way down. It has spikes at the top. That's cool. Yeah, it's called the Virgin of Nuremberg, I think. This particular one, and I love this giant photo. Need that in my room for decoration. Oh, okay, we're back in the plant room. Oh, I think we were already up here, but I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. Now that I know how to use this thing. Oh, we didn't go in here. No! Please! Why does it keep teleporting me like this? Oh, look, it's the fork. I want to go in there. Why? Let me in that room. Why does it keep doing that? I'm losing my mind. If it doesn't work, then. Okay. It's letting me, it's letting me. Okay. All right. Oh my god, the stalks. Whoa. Okay, so they got... Ugh. I don't even know. I can't even begin. Oh my god. So they like put your head in this and they just like squeezed you? I don't know. I can't really tell based on this photo, like, damn, he got an ass on him. Okay, let's see. I don't really know how, what? That's crazy. This was definitely, they sat you down in this chair and they put your arms on top of the spikes and your back against the spikes, and then you just had to sit there while it impaled you. That's terrifying. What is this? Things they put on your neck and they just led you with? But you would, this would get in, this, you would die. You would just die. I wish I could read. I wish I could read about what these were. It's just cool to have this virtual tour though. It is really like, okay, we're going back this way. Whoa. This is the pyramid. They would sit you down on top of this pyramid. And then it would slowly rip you apart from the inside. Awesome. Awesome, so cool. Okay. Wait, did we go through all those rooms? Yeah, we did. Pyramid head, yeah. Whoa. I can't really see. Oh. This, they would just like lift you up and it would be painful. By your arms, basically. Yeah, by your arms. This place has so much. Oh, look, there's another. I think it was called Julian's Pyramid, right? Yeah. Goodness gracious. More stocks, you know, the usual. More spike chair. Oh, wait, this was what I was talking about earlier that was like similar to Julian's Pyramid, how it's like kind of long. It's like long, but instead of like one spike, it's like, oops. Instead of one spike, like your legs are on each side. And you just like had to sit there. You just like had to sit there. Like, ow. Ow, 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 ow. We got some, silly, goofy masks. This one, I guess they just sat you here. Probably beat you. I don't know. Looks like your face or your neck goes here and your butt goes here and you just like sit. This place is crazy. Oh, I guess they put silly masks on you to like humiliate you. And be like, this person's evil. Put this dog mask on or this crazy goofy mask here. Whoa. This would make such a cool supervillain. Like a medieval supervillain that had to wear one of these masks and like and like killed people by like torturing them with different devices. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, it's that upside down thing. Oh, you can kind of see the photo better here. You put your feet in here and then you just like be upside down. That one doesn't look that bad. I feel like I kind of like that one. Oh, no way. Oh my god, they just put you on top of this stick and you just got impaled and it came all the way up through your mouth? What the fuck? I can't even begin to like guess what this does. Okay, so neck goes here. Arms and legs go here. Feet go here. Is this like another like get roasted? I don't know what's going on here. Glad this stuff isn't allowed anymore, right? Probably in some consensual places, it's probably allowed. But yeah, like, how do you even come up with this shit? Like, that's crazy. Is there another level to this place? We might be done. Wow. What a really cool thing that I just found offhand. That's really cool. I'm so glad we got to do the... I'm so glad we got to do it. Okay, it's made up of 4 levels. Okay, so yeah, we saw all of them. Wait, hold on. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. There's nothing on this level, I think. Wow. That was really cool. That was really freaking cool. Okay, let me see if this had any more that we didn't see already. Man, this one doesn't have a picture, but basically this is like whenever they were trying to collect taxes, the king would invite the person. Hi, Walt. Where was? Oh, the museum was, I think it was, did you drop the link? Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have done that before. Okay, I'm just making sure you guys can't see my history before I found it. Okay, there it is. It's in, where is this? Temporarily closed. Welcome to the cage. Well, yeah, it's torture day. I don't know where it's at. Somewhere in Europe, I think. Prague? It's in Prague. I want to go here. I want to go here so bad. I can't believe it's temporarily closed. That's so sad. Yippee, we love torture. Okay. How temporary? Just temporary. I mean, they can't just like get rid of it because like all that stuff's in there. So they're going to have to open up eventually. And when they do, I'll be there. Oh my god, next time meet up at the medieval torture device museum. First, yeah, sell it to me. First in-person meetup in Prague. Everyone be there together. We're gonna go to the museum together. Okay, we're gonna finish up with this. I wanted to show the video, but Oh, it's only 10 minutes long. Okay, so we'll finish this article and then we'll watch the video and then we'll be done for today because I think we went through like a lot of torture. But I just want to finish this article to see if there's anything else on here that I didn't know about already. The iron papaga. Sounds like a cool goal, but you need a mask for anonymity. Yeah, I'll just wear one of those masks that you get from the museum. I'll wear one of those silly goofy masks that we saw. So an executioner mask. Exactly. Exactly. I'll be the one in all black with like a completely black cloth over my face. And I'll have the really cool axe in my hands. And yeah, that'll be me. You guys can dress up too if you want, but this one is whenever they try to get taxes, they would put this person toward the robot. I don't know what this means. They would put the person in the robot's arms and then it would crush them with iron hooks. Wait. Never mind. This isn't real. However, scholars have suggested that the story of tax collecting torture robot was allegorical and that the iron epica did not really exist. Never mind. Maybe it's not real. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. The rack. We already talked about the rack. The scavenger's daughter. The scavenger's daughter was a metal frame that compressed the victim's body in on itself. It could apparently cause the victim to start bleeding from the nose, mouth, and other parts of the body. Damn. Will this show a picture? This does not show a picture. Okay, we already talked about the thumb screw, awful. We talked about the pair of anguish, awful. The Iron Maiden, also awful. Okay. Hi, Loon, welcome in. Love talking about the rack. I literally love the rack so much. Scavenger, her daughter? Okay, we're gonna finish off with this video. And then we'll be done for today. It's like 10 minutes long.
The English historian James Anthony Froud
Hold on.
once said, quote,
Can you hear? Can you hear?
The English historian James Anthony Froud once said, quote, wild animals never kill for sport. Man is the only one to whom the torture and death of his fellow creatures is amusing in itself.
You don't hear anything? Okay. It says it's capturing audio. It's really low.
The
Is that
English
better?
historian James Anthony Froud once said, quote, wild animals never kill for sport. Man is the only one
Perfect?
to
Okay,
whom
good.
the torture and death of his fellow creatures is amusing in itself. And it would seem that the medievals were outstanding in creating torture devices that were both breathtaking in their aesthetic and brutality. So we've put together another compilation.
Oh God,
of
this
some of
one's
their most
bloody.
creative methods for
I didn't watch
producing
this.
suffering.
I hope it's
Welcome
not
to
too bad.
Medieval Madness.
Ooh, tasty. No! Not tasty.
Rats.
Rats! We talked about the
The
rats.
excessive fear of rats and mice is known as musophobia, and as with any phobia, the danger
Musophobia?
posed by these animals is completely irrational and disproportionate.
Uh-oh.
But what if the threat was
Is it
real?
irrational?
Imagine being thrown into the delightfully named dungeon among
I hate
the
fingernail
rats,
stuff
a
too.
cell which lay
You can
beneath
click
the
out if you need to,
waterline in the
Brooksy.
murky
Hopefully it doesn't
depths
show
of the Tower
anything.
of London.
I thought this one was
There,
going to be
in
not
complete
bloody at all.
darkness, a man would be chained to the wall, and as a tide came in, the contaminated water brought with it not only floating excrement and detritus, but also filthy rats. As the water receded and the vermin were left behind, the prisoner would be horrified to hear their little feet scrabbling around in the pitch-black cell, squeaking and hunting for food. Then, when the rats finally found the fresh meat on offer, namely the prisoner, they would begin
Me
at
as a
first
rat
to
coming to
nibble,
eat your
and then
flesh.
to tear chunks of flesh. leaving their
Tear
victims screaming
chunks
in
of
pain
flesh.
and
Oh
terror.
god. I love the little
The idea of
animation.
confining a prisoner inside a small space and then introducing rats was quite an easy way to torture someone. For most people, the thought of rats crawling all over them as they slept would be horrifying. And when trying to get information out of someone, fear is just as good a method as causing actual physical pain. Of course, if the aim was just to
Yeah, I thought it was
inflict as
gonna
much
be like they
suffering as
put
possible, then adding a
the rats on
psychological
top of
element
you.
was always going to be a bonus. One horrific form of rat torture was thought to have originated in China. It involved the prisoner being stripped naked and made to lie on his back on a
okay,
table.
yeah.
He would be
Yeah.
tied
This
down
one.
and a dome-shaped metal cage would
Oh,
be
God.
placed open side down on top of his abdomen.
Oh my god.
Using a gloved hand, the torturer would pick up and then place several hungry rats inside the cage. Once there, the rats scurry around, trying to find a way out, scratching at the metal and the man's skin. Now the torturer would begin to add hot coals
Oh,
to a well in the top of
God!
the cage, and the rats would begin to rush around in a panic. In their desperation to escape, the
This is just
rodents
like the
would
Fast
begin
and
to bite
Furious
into
thing
the
that
softest
Andrew was
surface
talking
they
about
could
earlier.
find, namely the prisoner's flesh. Using their small, sharp teeth and claws, they would burrow holes into the victim's stomach and through his intestine as he lay helpless, screaming in horror. Later in the 16th century, there was a report of a pottery bowl being used rather than a metal cage. Placed upside down on top of
Pottery
the prisoner,
bowl?
hot charcoal was then piled on top of the bowl,
Oh
and the rats were said to
god.
have gnawed into the very bowels of the victim.
Gross.
The heretic's fork.
Okay, we talked about this one too. This
Often
one's
used by Catholic inquisitors to
sounds
suppress
awful.
heresy, the medieval inquisitions began in the 12th century with the Cathars in southern France. Heretics were regarded as a danger to the church and needed to be dealt with. The heretic's fork was made from metal and had 4 teeth, 2 at either end of a metal rod. A leather strap was
sorry,
attached
I
to the
clicked out of
device
it,
and
so
wrapped
it
around
stopped.
the victim's neck, tightly causing further discomfort.
Oh god.
One end of the fork would be placed under the soft, fleshy part of the chin, the other on the hard breastbone.
Two
The
little
torturer
mice
would
with
be
little
very careful when
plastic.
choosing the length of the tool
Ooh,
because
little
his
little
goal was to
mice.
cause optimum distress.
Little
For the prisoner,
babies.
just the action
I
of
think
swallowing their
rats
own
and mice are
saliva
cute.
would have been incredibly painful. The victim would have to keep their head tilted backwards, looking up at the ceiling, their neck stretched, and their head
I could do that.
rigid.
I could
The
do that.
slightest
I could
movement of
survive.
The jaw would cause these sharp spikes to dig further into the skin.
I could do that.
They were not allowed to lie down at any time and were often suspended in some way, usually from the ceiling. After a few hours of being held in this way, the muscles in both the shoulders and neck would become very stiff and begin to fail. A very painful headache would also take hold because of the tension used to constantly hold up the head.
I could do it. I
Even
could
if
survive.
The prisoner was able to
Nah,
stand
I'd
this
win.
pain, sleep deprivation would eventually take hold, and the head would droop forward as the victim nodded off. Then the sharp prongs would pierce the neck and throat. The fork was only used for a limited amount of time as a means of getting the prisoner to recant. It was never meant to kill. It was usually the first in a number of tortures that would lead to more punishments or even execution.
Just fall asleep with your head back, loser.
The Spanish horse.
Ooh,
First
we didn't
used
see
by
this
the
one
Holy
earlier.
Inquisition in 12th century France, when it was known as the wooden donkey, this was a triangular-shaped box with the sharp, pointed end at the top.
Oh, it's just like
where a horse's back would have been.
Like
Planks
the-
were nailed
like the
together to form a
Julian's
structure,
pyramid?
which was usually between 6 or 7 feet high and was supported by 4 legs fixed to a stand. A horse's tail and simulated head might be attached to the device, just for fun. The
Just
prisoner
for
was forced
fun.
to straddle the horse, one leg on either side, so that their full
Ow.
body weight was on their bottom and crotch area. They could be kept in this position for hours to suffer the most excruciating pain. Sometimes their feet would be tickled to make them wriggle about, or weights might be added to their legs
Not
to
the
pull
feet
down
tickling,
body
what
and
the
decrease
fuck?
the agony. If death was the ultimate goal, then the victim would be left there until the sacral bone at the base of the spine broke, and they were split in 2.
damn.
The pear of anguish.
Not the pair of anguish,
Also
you
known as
guys.
the choke pear, this mechanism was made from a hard metal and named for its shape.
At the
It
pair
had
of
3 or
anguish.
4 leaves or petals that could open or close with the use of a key that rotated the central screw thread. The device would be inserted into the victim depended upon the crime committed.
Oh
With just the
god.
turn of a screw, the torturer would expand the device and the pointed end of the pear would rip into the throat area, causing massive internal damage and blood loss. If the prisoner didn't die from their injuries, they would almost always die from infection later, as the pears were never washed between victims.
Ew.
There are several
Ew! Not that it.
Europe. They range from crude examples
Yeah,
to the
they did
elaborately
insert
ornate,
that one
such as the
into
bronze model held in
other
Torture Museum in
places,
San
not
Gimignano,
just the
Italy.
mouth. Man, the fact that they didn't wash it in between, I don't know why I expected
Once
it to
found
be
guilty of
washed,
crimes such as
but
blasphemy, theft, murder, adultery, or witchcraft, prisoners were sometimes killed using this technique. It was also often used in the late Middle Ages.
I
during
can't
times of war in
imagine
the
like
Ottoman
being
Empire.
okay with doing
The
this.
prisoner would often be tied and suspended
Like, what the
upside down.
fuck? Like,
This
just
caused the
another
blood
day
flow to
sawing a
slow
person
down
in
and meant
half.
the
Like,
victim would stay conscious for longer. After being hung there for several hours, the victim was subjected to other forms of
Did
torture
you not,
and
like-
humiliation before the main punishment began. With the legs tied wide apart, sawing
Like-
would begin at the genital area and continue up towards the head. Sometimes the torturer would
job's a
stop sawing
job.
at the abdomen,
Podcast
so that
on,
the
brain
process
tuned
of
out.
death
Like,
took a
what
lot
the
longer.
fuck?
The Hungarian general
Like, just
Michael
another, like,
Zilgi was
imagine having
captured by
done
the
like
Turks in
50 to 100 of these already, and then
because he
like,
was considered to be a
just
spy
another
and
day
a
using the
traitor,
saw.
Ottoman commander had him sent to Constantinople, where he was tortured and then sawn in half. During the Ottoman conquest of Lebo,
Like,
in
back then, they just
1463,
tortured
the
people,
Knights
like, so
Hospitallers who were
often.
posted to Rhodes sent
I guess you just like got
reinforcements to the capital of
desensitized
Mytilene.
to it.
But the Turks were successful in their siege and the citadel fell. Commander Mahmud Pasha dictated the terms of surrender and vowed to pardon the knights. But then he had up to 400 of them sawn in half, with the excuse that he had only promised to spare their heads.
400 sawed in half. 400.
Water cure.
Okay,
We
this
have
is the
all
one.
heard of
This one's so
dehydration,
silly.
But overhydration, also known as water intoxication, is also possible. This was used as a type of torture during the Middle Ages in France and then up until the 18th century.
This one just seems like
Any
not
quantity of
real.
water
I
might
know
be
it is,
force-fed
but
into
like,
the victim from 3 to 16 pints or 7.3 liters.
they're just like,
The
here,
mouth
take
might
some
be
more
wedged
water.
Open, the nose
I'd be like,
pinched
hell
closed,
yeah,
and a
give me some
funnel
more. I
forced
love
down the
water.
throat. Too much water becomes a poison when consumed too quickly in large quantities. It causes an imbalance of the amounts of electrolytes in the body
Just spit
and
it
a
out, bro.
disturbance in brain function. This can lead to unconsciousness and death. Gastric distension can occur, causing the stomach to burst, and can also lead to death. Although the
God.
victim could be beaten in the area of the abdomen until they vomited, so that the torture could begin again. Other
They
liquids
just
such as
slapped your
urine or bile might
extended
be poured
tubby
down
full
the
of
throat
water.
during the process. During the Middle Ages, a similar torture that we now know today as waterboarding was used.
Oh my god.
Spanish water torture involved a cloth being forced into the mouth of the victim and then liquid being poured over both the face and the mouth. It was used during
No
the Spanish
quitter.
and Flemish
Give me
Inquisitions
more
and
water!
forced prisoners to feel like they were drowning. In 1462, the French poet and well-known criminal François Villon was tortured in this way. After his ordeal, he was condemned to be hanged, but his sentence was commuted to banishment. He left Paris and was never seen again. He was said to be
Damn.
broken in health and spirit because of the torture.
Damn.
The intestinal crank.
Oh, we didn't see
was
this one
just a
earlier.
brutal form of execution rather than torture.
Oh.
Because once started, there was no.
They're
turning back, and
disemboweling
although
him.
death wasn't
Ew!
immediate, it was inevitable. The conscious prisoner was restrained on a table. An incision that was large enough for someone's hand to fit
Ew!
inside was made in the victim's abdomen. Reaching into the cavity, the torturer would separate the small intestine from the stomach, and attach the upper section of the intestine to the crank with a hook.
No!
Then the crank was rotated, pulling out the entrails, whilst the hookless victim could only watch in horror. In the end, there could be
What
as
the
much
fuck?
as 18 feet of guts wrapped around the crankshaft. The crank was deliberately turned slowly in order to make the procedure last as long as
Big
possible.
spaghetti. Ew!
Death was caused by a combination of both blood loss and extreme pain.
Yeah.
No one survived this process. Thank you for watching this episode on medieval torture methods. Please join me in being grateful that this is a thing of the past, and
Yeah.
subscribe if you'd like to see
Thing
more
of the
videos
past.
of this content.
You have such cool hobbies. I just think that this stuff is really cool. All right. I think we went through like a good amount of them. I think we went through a good amount. I learned some stuff. I look at pictures of medieval torture like whenever I'm bored. I'm just like, let's invent some new ones. What is a tabilla? Well, okay, last one. Trussed up As for the torture of water and cords? Crushing toes and fingers by means of pillories and wedges. The truest torture is no Naexi streams forever. Banned from chat. Worse than death. Yep. If you're banned, then you're subjected to not being subjected to me forever. Thank you guys for letting me, like, look at a bunch of really cool stuff for the past hour and a half. Like I said, I was, like, kind of scared to do this because I was like, oh, people aren't going to be interested in this. But I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys learned something. And thanks for the history lesson. I think it's such a cool, like, topic, especially around the spooky month, the spooky season. Yeah, let me guys, when the VOD hits, let me guys know in the comments of the YouTube VOD what your favorite one was, if you want. I'll be back tomorrow morning very early for a hand cam, and I'll be starting my diamond painting, my ghost diamond painting. So I hope everybody will log in and see what that's about. It will be kind of like a like a chill morning stream. I'm gonna be drinking coffee and just like chatting and, you know, doing hand cam stuff. So yeah. Whoa, streamer has hands? Yeah, I do in fact have hands, and I have a surprise tomorrow too, so I hope everybody will log in and see what it's about. It wasn't gory, so it's good to watch and learn. Yeah, see, it wasn't gory, which is, like, I appreciate, because I'm not really interested in the gore. I'm more interested in the devices of it all. But yeah, I'm glad everyone had fun, and I want to unlearn some stuff. Well, maybe you just shouldn't have watched. Do you know what time? It's 10 a.m. EST, so that would be 7 PST. But the waiting room is already up, so if you click it, it'll tell you what time for your particular time zone. Yeah. I know it's early. I'm trying some different times to see if I could, just to see, you know. But the VOD will be there if you can't make it, so yeah. The burden of knowledge is very heavy. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a good rest of your Saturday night. I'm gonna go make pumpkin cookies and probably watch a movie and hang out. And I will see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, hit that notification bell for your next worm stream. Yippee! Grazing doesn't pay me. Bye-bye. I'm putting you all on the rack tonight in my mind. Goodbye. Bye-bye.